Alright, medyo matagal-tagal din ako hindi nakapag-live. Musta po? Alright, so, yeah. I'll just wait for the others. I'll try to share the link to some of our friends to invite them to join our live session tonight. Okay. Hi Estelle, good evening, namaste. Good evening to everyone. Thank you for joining me here tonight. So, yeah, I'll just try to invite others para masaya. Okay. Alright. Okay, so ayos na ba ang audio? Can you hear me clearly? Okay. So, let me share the link to others. Okay, loud and clear po. Hold on. Ba't ayaw mag-play dito? Okay. Alright, so yeah, it's been a while na hindi ako nakapag-live kasi medyo na-busy sa medyo na-busy sa gawaing bahay. Tapos um, kakapanganak lang ni Mrs. So, medyo busy sa baby. Uh, However, today, I'm doing this quick live session. So, most likely magiging frequent na to. I just needed to find really a schedule wherein it will not interfere with my work schedule kasi yung work ko kasi is 5 a.m. in the morning, 5 to 11. So 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. So I needed to, wake up early kaya kung magla-live ako, magsi-stream ako ng ganito, I needed to do it like a bit earlier. Pero yun nga, may gawaing bahay din. So, needs to juggle things up. Anyway, kumusta? Just try to share the link to others. Okay. Baka may dumating pang iba para mas maganda yung usapan, di ba? Okay? So yeah, please share the link to others. Um, kasi 1 hour lang to. I'm just trying to go on live tonight just to, just to test the waters, kumbaga. But most likely magiging frequent na to. We'll have live sessions, hopefully once a week or maybe twice a week. Kaya ito, medyo madalian lang to, 1 hour lang. This will be a trial session. However, the topics that we will be discussing today will still be beneficial. So, eto nga, yung title ko is How Did I Become Father Joe? So today, I will just, share a bit of my story. Bakit ako naging si Father Joe? Paano ako napunta sa simbahang ito? And, yeah, yun. Alright, so good evening. Estel Gay Calantas Bueno. Good evening, Father. Listening all the way from Cagayan Valley. Uy! Alright, Annalyn, good evening po. Estel Gay Calantas Bueno. Just for your info po, Father, ako po yung kachat nyo kanina asking specific question. Raymond Bueno po. I'm just using my wife's account. Alright, good evening. Good evening, Raymond. Yeah. Okay. So, bago ang lahat, no? Sa mga hindi nakakakilala sa akin, ako si Reverend Father Joseph Lagumbay. I'm from Cagayan de Oro City. And isa po akong pare sa Catholic Universalist Church. So, Catholic Universalist Church is an independent jurisdiction of the One Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. So, independent Catholic po kami. We are considered to be liberal Catholics. However, we are not part of the Roman Catholic Church. Okay. Alright, so magkukwento na ako. While waiting for others. So, when I started off, hindi naman talaga ako ganun talaga ka-spiritual, no? Typical teenager din dati. Dumaan din ako sa, drugs, sex, rock and roll. So, typical high school, college life, typical teenager life, tapos naging young adult. The transition phase, kumbaga. Nadaanan ko din lahat yun. So, I'll start off with my journey from after college. So, I graduated at the Mindanao University of Science and Technology, or sa MUST dito sa Mindanao. When I graduated, I graduated having the degree of BS Environmental Science and Technology. So, medyo scientifically bent ako. Hindi naman sa pagmamayabang, no, but since elementary, since grade 2 hanggang grade 6, nasa first section ako. And then, pagdating ng high school, doon ako nag-high school sa MOGS or sa Misamis Oriental General Comprehensive High School. Nasa science class din ako, first year to fourth year. And nung nag-college na, I was supposed to take up BS Bio, but hindi ako nakapag-enroll dun sa university na gusto kong pasukan. So, dun ako napunta sa MUST, Mindanao University of Science and Technology. Kaya, kumuha ako ng BS Environmental Science. So yun nga, after 4 years, I graduated. Um, parang ano ba, gumraduate ako for the sake of, just finishing college. However, it was good because, I learned a lot from there. So moving on, after college, hindi ko nagamit yung kurso ko. I worked as a call center agent immediately. No? After college, nag-apply, hindi natanggap. Yung call center, tinanggap ako. But when I was working as a call center agent, I think that was just, 3 or 4 months. I was still on the training phase. Nakidnap ako. Nakidnap ako sa networking. Alam niyo yung network marketing? Benta-benta ng products, invite ng tawag nito, invite ka ng mga tao para hopefully mag-join sila sa team mo, tapos magiging downline mo sila. So I don't know who among you has experience joining a network marketing business, pero nadaanan ko yan dati. Dun sa network marketing business kasi parang na mindset ako ba, nag-iba yung perspective ko about the world, no? Kasi dati I just wanted to go to school so that after going to school, I can land a job, I can have a job. When I joined network marketing, doon ko na-realize na ayos din pala kapag knowledgeable tayo about business. Kasi yung mga taong yumayaman talaga, yun talaga yung mga businessmen, di ba? Tapos yung mga empleyado, wala pa naman ako nakikitang empleyado talaga na yumaman. May mga empleyadong yumaman, pero they started up a business so that they would be rich, right? So nag-iba yung perspective ko kasi dati parang happy-go-lucky lang kasi ako. So, when I joined network marketing, parang nagkaroon ng direction yung buhay ko. It's not to say na walang direction yung buhay ko dati when I was still in college, kasi I was a student leader before. I'm active in extracurricular activities. I think I am motivated, pero yung mindset ko iba, gusto ko lang makapagtrabaho, tapos magkaroon ng girlfriend, tapos mag-asawa, tapos yun lang, parang yung the typical, typical mediocre lifestyle. But when I joined network marketing, doon na nag-iba yung mindset ko, kasi na-mindset ako ng mga uplines ko to really, work hard and push for earning more and more money. So doon na, doon ko na realize sa network marketing yung tinatawag nila na law of attraction. Doon ko unang na-encounter yung word na LOA or law of attraction. For those who are in the spiritual path, I'm quite sure that you know about the law of attraction, di ba? Thoughts become things. What you think, you attract, di ba? What you think most of the time you attract. Hindi ko natutunan na I need to control pala my emotions so that when I control my emotions, I can also control my thoughts, and then I can only think of positive thoughts so that I can attract positive things in my life, no? Doon ko una natutunan yung mga bagay na ganito. Tapos hindi ako nagtagal sa network marketing kasi napansin ko na may mga bad practices doon. I'm not saying that network marketing in general is bad, but I think the leadership, the guidance from my uplines were actually not that appropriate, I should say, because yung natutunan ng mga upline ko na guidance din from their uplines before is not correct. Parang inappropriate din. So, doon kasi may mga, I would say, may mga maling practices ako natutunan. Yung kikidnapin yung invite mo, sasabihin birthday, pero yun pala, business opportunity meeting, may presentation. Sasabihan mo na may business kang ipe-present, pero yun pala, bibentahan mo ng products, ganon. So, there's also this one time that etong mga upline ko, nakita ko na meron silang ginagawa na uh, I should say I think I would say cheating in a way because they are not truthful when it comes to their earnings. Tapos natutunan ko din yun, ginawa ko din yun because that time when I saw them cheating, I didn't saw it as something bad. I saw it as something, oh, this is what businessmen do, so I should do this as well. Cheating kasi, um, there is this one account kasi 'di ba, if you join network marketing, may ano 'yan. Parang if you will pay in for a specific membership, you will have your own account para 'di ba, sa computer parang ano 'yan, bilog-bilog 'yan. You're here and then you have left and you have right, 'di ba? So may mga downlines ka sa left, may mga downlines ka sa right. Tapos 1:1, pag meron kang isa sa left, isa sa right, papalo 'yan. Prepare 'yan. Pag ni-pair 'yan, may bonus ka. So parang ganon. Nakita ko kasi na yung isang upline ko, sinabi nila na, hoy, yung kapatid namin, 15 years old. Pero, yung kita niya ngayon sa networking, umaabot na ng 100,000. So, syempre, bilib kami. Kasi, di ba, 15 years old, 100,000. Kami, that time, I was 20, 21. Mas malaki pa yung pera ng 15 years old kaysa sa akin. But the thing is, it was not an honest income. Why? Because yun palang account na yun, pinangalan lang nila sa kanilang kapatid na 15 years old. So what happened is that they put their accounts below there. Nakapangalan yung cheque sa kapatid nila, pero yung income, sila palang mga leaders yung maghahati nun. So hindi yun income talaga ng kapatid nila. It's just that a trick. Kasi sa networking kasi kailangan kang may maturo. Dapat yung upline mo may resulta. Kasi pag walang resulta yung upline mo, walang sasali sa team mo. Sabihin mo, yung upline ko na yan, ano yan, dating construction worker, ngayon kumikita na ng ganito, ganyan. Kung walang resulta ang upline mo, hindi papasok yung tao sa team mo. Tapos eto pa, syempre yung mga uplines ko, marami na silang kaibigan ng mga mayayaman. So there was this one person who joined, businessman na pala yun siya dati. Kumuha siya ng sasakyan, ang sabi, nakuha ko tong sasakyan na to dahil sa network marketing. So syempre bilib na bilib kami, di ba? Kasi yun nga, dahil sa network marketing nagkakotse siya. Pero hindi rin pala kasi he was already a businessman before he joined network marketing. Pag join niya, saka pa siya kumuha ng sasakyan, tas sinabihan lang niya kami na dahil to sa network marketing kaya nagkaroon ako ng sasakyan. Pero hindi, meron siyang business. So yun yung ginamit niya na puhunan para makabili siya ng sasakyan. Tapos ang sabi is cash. Pero hindi pala yun cash, hulug-hulugan pala yun. So monthly nagbabayad siya. Now, here's another practice na ayaw ko talaga is yung isang upline, kailangan magkaroon siya ng resulta. So yung ginawa nila, nag-meeting sila ng mga leaders niya, kumuha sila ng sasakyan, nag-down payment sila ng isang sasakyan, tapos all the leaders of that upline will need to pledge like 1,000 pesos or 2,000 pesos per month para masustain yung monthly payment ng sasakyan ng upline. So, yun medyo hindi ko yun nagustuhan kasi it goes against my moral compass. But later on ko na na-realize yun. Pero ang pinaka-turning point talaga when I joined network marketing is yung training ni John Calob. I don't know if you knew John Calob, but John Calob is teaching the law of attraction to different people. I think sa mga artista din, sa mga sikat na tao. They have been trained by John Calob, and right now they are really prosperous. Yung mga mayayaman, mas talong yung mayaman dahil sa teachings ni John Calob about the law of attraction. And John Calob pala was trained, I think, by Jack Canfield. If you know Jack Canfield, nasa video siya ng The Secret ni Rhonda Byrne. So, yun. One of my uplines told me that, alam mo, yung number one top earner ng company, hindi ko na sasabihin yung name ng company, sumali sa training ni John Caleb. So we were all like wondering, sino ba to si John Caleb? He's teaching the law of attraction. Nakita na namin yung video, ano pa bang meron? Diba? Is there something more to it? So I am from Cagayan de Oro City. Nalaman na lang namin na John Caleb pala will be having a seminar, I think 3 months, after 3 months that time in Davao City. And Davao is like 8 hours drive from Cagayan de Oro City. So, yung nangyari, we were really very eager to join John Caleb's training. We wanted to go to Davao to join his training. Kasi yung training kasi niya hindi lang puro pera-pera. There's a spiritual touch to it. And we were really intrigued. Ano ba tong training ni John Caleb? So we really did our best to earn money or to find ways to go to Davao, but hindi yun nangyari, hindi yun nag-manifest. So kulang siguro yung attraction namin. So hindi yun nag-manifest. So what happened is that wala. We just let go of it. And I think one of my uplines joined the training, but hindi kami naka-join. So to cut the long story short, one day when we were giving out flyers to different people in a certain barangay here in Cagayan de Oro City, may nakita kaming poster na nakadikit sa haligi, dun sa poste. I removed the poster, tapos nandun na, we are inviting you to join this seminar. We have an organization wherein we're teaching mysticism, we're teaching esoteric studies, mga ganon. So I was intrigued by that poster. I was intrigued because parang siya, it's something new to me. And marami din palang mga tao na interesado sa mga bagay na ganito. Kasi may nakita akong manifestation. Doon sa poster, may mga spiritual stuff silang sinasabi, esoteric, mysticism, ganun. That time, wala akong hilig nun. Nung nakita ko yung manifestation, nung nakita ko yung word about manifestation, parang law of attraction din to parang din to, parang training din to ni John Caleb. So, sige, I want to join. So, kami ng mga kaibigan ko, ako tapos yung mga downline ko, nag-join, pumunta kami dun sa seminar. Tapos, we joined the group, we joined the seminar, and we felt like, I think this is something good. Kasi, aside from teaching the law of attraction, doon ko na-realize yung tinatawag nilang metaphysics at mysticism. So metaphysics, from the word itself, metaphysics means beyond physical, and mysticism, which is it's like the science or the study of manifestations, or let's say how to manipulate energy, how to harness energy from the body, how to harness energy from the nature. So it was really, really enticing. It was really, really very inviting. So I joined it, and doon na nagbago yung yung perspective ko, yung pananaw ko sa buhay, about being a human, about being alive. What does it mean to be alive? I'm not just this flesh and bones. I'm more than this. I am part of the cosmos, parang ganon. So, it was fun when I joined that organization. At first, it was really, really good. It was something that has changed my life, my perspective as a whole. May mga bagong ideas na na-introduce sa akin. And before ako napunta doon, balik tayo ng konti, back to my college days. Diba sabi ko nga kanina, since elementary, grade 2 to grade 6, first section ako. High school, first year to fourth year, nasa science class ako. When I went to college, when I took another science course in BS Environmental Science, I was an agnostic. when you say agnostic, meaning you are not someone that is just simply believing on what you see. Um, Hindi naman ako atheist. I don't care if God exists or not. I don't care if Christianity is real or not. As long as the stories in the Bible are, let's say, if it helps us grow, mature, and evolve and be a good person, I don't have a problem with that. Regardless if Jesus is a fictional character or not, I don't have a problem with that, as long as the narrative is something that can help us in our day-to-day lives. So that was my mindset before. I have many Christian friends. I just be with them, but I'm not that into religion talaga. But I was born and raised as a Roman Catholic by I was born and raised as a Roman Catholic, but my grandparents were really devoted Catholics. So, growing up as a Roman Catholic, um, I felt, ano, um, I felt that the Catholic rituals is somewhat very uplifting, but I couldn't understand why is it uplifting. And growing up, learning about science and stuff, I started to negate religion, or make a step away, make one step away from religion, because I thought that all of these are just myths and metaphors, and why are people you know waging wars about this, trying to push his or her beliefs to the other, and then so on. So, yun nga, dumistansya ako sa relihiyon. Yun nga, napunta ako sa networking, uh, until I was put into a spot wherein spirituality is there. I was put into this spot wherein I am starting to learn or see things in a different perspective. So when I joined that organization, um, the rituals, the practices of Christianity made sense to me. So it was very ironic that the day I moved a step away from religion was the day I moved a step closer to God, or to the divine, or to the spirit. So um but still hindi pa rin ako bumabalik sa simbahan, kasi I have an issue. I have an issue when it comes to the theological standpoint of churches, especially Christian churches. And so doon nga, I thought of becoming a Buddhist or becoming a Hindu, kasi mas nagre-resonate sa akin yung teachings nila kesa sa Christianity. But I stayed in that organization. However, to cut the long story short, haba na ng kwento ko. To cut the long story short, when I stayed there, I realized that the organization pala is ano ba? The organization is hindi siya hindi siya pure white. It has so many shades of gray inside. There are politics. There is politics rather. Also, there are inconsistencies when it comes to the leadership. Di ko na lang sasabihin kung ano yung mga yon. And I sense that, of course, when you grow spiritually, you will start to see clearly the inconsistencies within a certain area, a certain group, or a certain person. Now, there was an issue, and this issue is really big. Hindi siya issuehan na may ginawa akong kasalanan or what. Wala, I just found out something, and then I decided to remove myself from the organization itself, because it was already draining. Um, the, the organization is not promoting the organization is not promoting self-sufficient yung bang maging self-sufficient ka, the organization is not promoting na you follow your own path and be enlightened or be awakened in that specific path that you follow. Instead, the organization will try to pull you and will use scaring tactics para hindi ka lumabas. And if you go outside that specific organization, gagamitan ka nila ng mga psychological tactics na next lifetime you will not find this organization again, and it will take so many lifetimes before you go with the divine, or before you become enlightened or whatnot. So those stuff. So yun na, red flags na yun. And the organization is also selling photocopied books from different legit spiritual teachers and spiritual masters. I asked one spiritual teacher if the book that they are selling, do they have a copyright of that book? Sabi ng author ng book, the spiritual master that I'm talking about, sabi niya, the organization that you are talking about, they don't have any authorization from my publisher that they could sell the books. So yun na, red flags. So yun na, I decided to remove myself from the organization. Hindi ko lang papangalanan because the organization has so many members that are mga taong malalaki, malalaki, hindi siya literal na malaki, but rich people, influential people all over the Philippines. So I just removed myself from the organization. Instead of fighting them, why not create a path for my own, right? Prince Siddhartha Gautama, he became enlightened on his own. Jesus, he became enlightened on his own. So why do I need to follow a flock, diba? What we need to create is maybe we can create a group, but a support system, not an organization that will try to manipulate the members, not an organization wherein you will use psychological tactics, dapat kasi enlightenment, liberation, di ba? We need to liberate ourselves from sabi nga ni Bob Marley, di ba? Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. So we need to free our minds. We need to free ourselves from this bondage of control and illusion from these different people. So yun na, umalis ako sa organization na yun. But I found my path. I found my path, not Buddhism, not Hinduism. Sino nag-comment kanina? Sabi ni Mama Jo, Buddhism is still a religion. Yes. However, in Buddhism kasi, you are you just need ano ba to? In Buddhism kasi walang ganito, okay, do this because this is good, this is bad. If you do good, you go to heaven. If you go bad, you go to hell. In Buddhism, it's not like that. Buddhism, they have the Four Noble Truths. Everything is life is full of suffering. The origin of suffering is attachment. There is a way out of suffering, and the way out of suffering is the Eightfold Path. So it's like that. So if you do good for you. If you do bad, then I hope you realize that it's bad, and you will reap the consequences of your actions. And then I hope that you do good in the future. So that's in a nutshell, that's how Buddhism works. Hindi siya na, sige, pag ginawa mo yan, masama yan, pupunta ka sa impyerno, paparusahan ka doon forever. Hindi ganon. Walang psychological tactics na ganon sa Buddhism. But you are aware that the choices are all within your hands. Alright, so RS Mark Lamado, related ako, frater. Related ka kanina sa sinabi ko about dun sa sa networking. Naalala ko tuloy sa mismong office nila sa isang kilalang networking company, nasa pagkakalam ko nagpalit din ang company name nila, RS Random Trips. Yes, that's the techniques of the the networking company, kapag nagsasarado na sila, they change the company name, they change the incorporators, and then they change the marketing plan. Oh. Tapos sasabihin, ay, ano, kasalanan kasi yun ni ano, ganito, ganyan. Mas wala na. Parang na-erase na siya. But, same people, or they just restructure the, ang tawag nito, their, parang yung hierarchy nila, they just restructured it. RS Random Trips, nagpa-picture yung mga members ng may hawak na pera na parang props lang nila to prove na yun ang kinikita nila sa business nila. Yes, may mga gumagawa ng ganon, pero may mga gumagawa din na legit talagang pangalan nila yung nasa cheque. However, the names on their check are yung cheque, legit yung cheque, pero yun nga yung sinabi ko, nakapangalan lang yun sa kanya, but hindi yun lahat sa kanya. Hahatiin pa nila yan sa team. Meron ding naka-photoshop yung naka-photoshop yung cheque, so hindi yan totoong cheque niya. Oo. Yun. So, yun nga, going back sa kwento ko, umalis ako dun sa organization. When I went outside that organization, nagkaroon ako ng isang mentor from California. His name is Tao Malakay. He is an authentic lineage holder of the Sophian Gnostic tradition. So Gnosticism is an ancient form of Christianity, first, second century Christianity, wherein it's quite different from the traditional or mainstream Christianity. So there we have derived our teachings from Kabbalah. So Kabbalah is an ancient form of Jewish mysticism. It predates even the time of our Lord and Master Jesus. So in Kabbalah, there's so many things, there's so much to talk about these things about Kabbalah and Gnosticism, but I'm just giving you now just the names. In the future we might be discussing these things. However, just for the sake of having a bigger picture of what I have been through. So I had a training with Tao Malakay, with Gnosticism and Kabbalah, so that I would have a deeper understanding of the mysticism of Master Jesus. Let's put it this way, parang Gnosticism or Sophia Gnosticism is the Western path to enlightenment. It is very similar to the Buddhism in the East. It's like a Western Buddhism. However, it's not Buddha, the central figure, but it's Yeshua, Mar Yeshua, and Lady Miriam, or Saint Mary Magdalene. Alright, so in Gnostic myths and literature, it has been said that Jesus and Mary Magdalene are married, but it can be understood as a myth, as a metaphor. It can also be understood literally. It really depends on you. In Gnosticism kasi, we value more the teachings that we could get from the stories, from the myths, but not really, but regardless if it happened historically or not. So that's how we take. Even in reading the Bible, we don't take it literally, but we take what is the lesson of that specific story, regardless if it happened in real life or not. So yun, I had a mentoring with Tao Malakay, pero naputol din siya kasi that time I was working again as a call center agent, kasi yun nga, na-disillusion na ako, na wala na ako dun sa networking. Bumalik ako sa pagiging call center agent. However, iba na yung mindset ko, of course. Iba na. Nakaset na din sa business at investments, pero hindi network marketing. Okay, so yun, bumalik ako sa pagiging call center agent. I had a training with Tao Malakay, but it was just for a short period of time. It was just recently na naibalik ko yung connection with Tao Malakay. And right now, he is still my tzaddik, he is still my spiritual teacher. And I'm continuing my path with him. But, on that time, talagang nawala. And I thought of to myself na wala na ang magtuturo sa akin about spirituality. Kasi during that time, talaga, 2012, 2013, 2014, hindi pa ganun kaano yung Facebook. Wala pang masyadong Facebook groups about mysticism, about spirituality or whatnot. So talagang sariling sikap. So, nagpalipat-lipat ako ng mga spiritual teachers. May mamimit ka naman na sincere at seryosong mga teachers. However, you will realize that they are delusional. They believe that they have abilities, they believe that they have powers when they don't. um, sabi nila, sabi nung isa, this was handed over to me by my master and this and that. But when I check the internet, lahat ng pinagsasabi niya nanggaling lang sa isang website. So, I met a lot of people until parang sumuko ako sa spirituality. But my perspective is I want to do something good in the world. So I joined another organization. It's called Happy Humanist Alliance Philippines International. It's a humanist organization. So yung mga kasama ko doon when I joined that organization, most of them are atheists and agnostics. So ako naman, I consider myself SNBR. SBNR, spiritual but not religious. So I joined them. I consider myself an agnostic pa rin. So when I joined them, dun ko nakilala yung yung isang kaibigan ko, which is my may naging kaibigan ako doon na nag-introduce sa akin sa bishop ng Catholic Universalist Church. So the Catholic Universalist Church is an independent jurisdiction of the One Holy Catholic Church. So it's really funny because when I joined the Catholic Universalist Church, the Catholic Universalist Church was just still in its infancy. Kasi yung member ng Catholic Universalist Church, dalawa pa lang. Si Bishop George Kyun, yung founder, tapos si Father Gino Paradela. So that time, Gino Paradela was still not, he is still not a priest in the Catholic Universalist Church. Bali, sabay kaming na-ordain during that time. So, first, I was asked, Joseph, do you want to become a priest in the Catholic Universalist Church? Ang sabi ko, no, I mean, I don't see myself as someone holy. I don't see myself as someone spiritual. I do not see myself as, someone worthy to be ordained to be a receiver of the succession of our Lord and Master Jesus. But, sinabihan lang nila ako na kasi kung ayaw mo tong tanggapin, walang ibang tatanggap, parang ganon. Parang sabi ni Bishop George, though hindi niya sinabi literally, but yun nafe-feel ko sa mga messages niya kasi nasa US siya dati. He's from New York. I'm here in Cagayan de Oro City. We were having just a conversation via Facebook and via email. He was really trying to tell me that maybe this is the thing that you are looking for. Maybe you need this. Maybe you don't see its significance right now, but maybe in the future, maraming mga tao na kagaya mo na naghahanap ng simbahan na tatanggapin sila kung ano sila. So, at first hindi ko pa siya tinanggap, but may na-meet akong isang bishop, isang independent Catholic bishop dito sa Mindanao. They invited me to their church, sumama naman ako. Yung bishop na yun is si Bishop Rosendo Celiero. Shoutouts to Bishop Rosendo Celiero from the kalimutan ko yung pangalan ng simbahan nila. Basta independent Catholic din, sorry. Oo. So, he invited me to their church. Before, he was a part of a different church. Ngayon, he has his own church. But, during that time, I just joined them. Kasi sabi niya, Father, brother pala, kasi hindi pa ako pare dati. Sabi niya, brother, sama kita dun sa church namin nang ma-meet mo yung ibang mga pare doon. So, it's really interesting because those priests are married, no? As a Roman Catholic, it's parang hindi siya it's not common for me to see married priests. Nakita ko dun mga pare, no, mga karpentero, mga hardinero, mga yung nasa farm, yung nagfa-farm, they led normal lives. They don't have cars. Sunog na yung balat nila dahil sa kakatrabaho. Tapos on Sundays, they celebrate the Eucharist. So, nakita ko sila in their simplest in their simplest lifestyle, in their very humble lifestyle. I heard them talk, and I saw their persona. I saw their character. They are really different from my idea of what a priest is in the Roman Church. So the next day, it was Sunday, nagmisa na sila. So I joined the mass. It was like the first time that I consciously joined a mass after like more than 10 years. Kasi dati sinasama lang ako ng lolo't lola ko, napipilitan lang ako, or pag may celebration, punta na simbahan, or pag may chicks na kasama, samahan sa simbahan, diba? But it was really different during that time because I consciously joined the mass. And then I couldn't understand what I felt because during the Holy Communion, I felt like I was touched by something. I was touched by the divine. I was touched by, they say I was touched by the Holy Spirit during that time, that I really cried and cried and cried. I didn't cry because I was sad, but I cried because it's like something in me has been filled. A hole within my heart has been filled in. And I realized na, yes, this was what I was really looking for. Maybe I was really cold by God to serve. I was just not listening. Dun ko na-realize lahat. There, no words could explain what I felt. Talagang umiyak lang ako ng umiyak. Bad shot pa kasi wala akong panyo. So I cried and cried and cried, and it's like my whole negative thinking about religion vanished. So from being an agnostic, I became a Gnostic in that moment. And I think on that moment as well, parang na-realize ko na I will not fight these old systems, even the religious system or the spiritual system, the psychological drama that they're trying to put into their members, regardless if they are a religious institution or spiritual organization. Instead of fighting them, why not we create something new and focus all our efforts and all our energies on that new movement or new organization. If ayaw nilang sumama, it's alright. All path leads to God. That's what I really believe in. Kahit hindi ka Christian, kahit atheist ka, right? Kahit atheist ka. This is very radical, and people would, if I lived 2,000 years ago, I will be crucified. But with all conviction, I would say that because I have felt God within me, and God is within everything and everyone. And I think that if we really just if we really just feel genuine love towards one another, religion is not important. What's important is what's in your heart. Sabi nga ng mga born again, di ba? It's your relationship with the Lord that will save you. That's also true. Your relationship with God. Even if you don't believe in God, your relationship with your fellow man. Because how can you serve an unseen God if you can serve your brother there that you can see, di ba? So, yun. Basahin ko muna. Estel Gay Calantes Bueno, I'm a victim of networking MLM also, Father, but is LOA has a valid basis rin po ba as far as spirituality is concerned po? Well, yes, may basis ang law of attraction. Because everything in the universe is energy. So we're talking about the law of attraction right now. Everything in the universe is energy, and literally that cell phone that you're holding right now, the chair that you are sitting, your wall, yourself. You are made up of energy, di ba? If we break down our bodies, we have tissues, cells. If you break down your cells, what you will see is the uh, molecules. If you break down molecules, atoms. When you break down atoms, you will see just streaks of light or quanta or energy. Now, um, the energy, what gives us our form, solid, liquid, gas, is because of vibration. So, different vibration has different results. So, iba yung vibration ng solid, iba yung vibration ng liquid, iba yung vibration ng gas. And this vibration is controlled by thought or mind. So, if you come to think of it, the whole universe became as it is because it is conscious. This is what we call the universal mind. We are within the universal mind, and this mind holds everything intact and in place. There was an experiment dati, they call it the double slit experiment, because they were trying to understand is what are photons, are what are the tiniest what are the tiniest uh, parts of an atom. Uh, is it a particle or is it a wave? So they tried to, I forgot what's that, parang may laser sila na tinira, tapos may isang wall doon na may double slit. So if it is a particle, pag tinira yon, there will be a sequence 1 2 1 2 1 2. So meaning the smallest part of an atom is a particle. Yeah, the double slit experiment, correct. However, if it will just hit on random on those spaces, on those double slit, meaning that the smallest particle of an atom is a wave. What's perplexing is that if they hypothesize that it is a particle, it will act like a particle. And if the scientists would hypothesize that it is a wave, it will act like a wave. So, they tried to put cameras on it, they removed the cameras. They realized that their results are actually dependent on their on their hypothesis. So meaning wala kang objective results na makukuha kasi subjective lahat ng results, meaning that their minds affect the results of the experiment. So that's mind-boggling, di ba? So doon sa double slit experiment, doon pa lang there is a specific interaction yung thoughts natin sa nature of reality natin, di ba? So doon pa lang yun na yung actually hindi nga yun spiritual basis, more on scientific basis yung double slit experiment. However, ito yung gusto kong emphasize. Ang law of attraction kasi, this has been commercialized masyado. So, people right now has been so attracted to the whitewashed messages of this so-called law of attraction thingy. The law of attraction kasi, this is not a stand-alone law. Because this is just one of the, let's say, hundreds or maybe thousands of universal laws. And it goes hand in hand with other laws. For example, the law of karma, the law of cause and effect. Diba? Puro ka-attract ng positive things, pero asama ng ugali mo. Diba? So there's also a law of karma. A lot of YouTube channel father talking solely about law of attraction. Yes. Of course, there's a grain of truth in it. Of course. I mean, diba? The law of attraction, it does not stop. Hindi yan pause and play na, August. Ayokong mag-law of attraction ngayon, mamaya mag-law of attraction ako. Hindi. It is a continuous process. That's why nga, as much as possible, we learn how to control our emotions, di ba? Because we cannot control our thoughts because every minute we like, thousands and thousands of thoughts in our head. But if we can control our emotions, our energies in motion, if we can control them, of course we can control our thoughts. You don't have to control your thoughts if you can control your emotions. If you're happy, your thoughts are happy. If you're sad, your thoughts are sad. Diba? But you can't do that all the time because there are also times when you feel sad. Diba? So, yung ibang LOA channels, they fall into the category of ano, parang nagtuturo na sila ng tinatawag natin na toxic positivity, no? It's like brushing off the negative emotions because masama yan. Just only feel positive kasi yan yung good. Hindi eh. There's a reason why you have a negative emotion. Diba? There's a reason why it exists. So, you don't have to brush it off. Okay? Right. So yeah, going back dun sa kwento ko kanina, so that's when I became uh, Father Joe. Na-ordain ako uh, ni Bishop George Kuhn sa Catholic Universalist Church. And when I was ordained as a priest at the Catholic Universalist Church, at first di ko pa masyadong na-feel yung burden until several months and several years later, nagkaroon ako ng chapel, nagkaroon ng mga parishioners. When they learned that we are LGBT affirming, nagsimula nang mawala yung mga tao. Hindi na sila nagsisimba kasi they realize na yung church pala namin is tumatanggap ng mga LGBT. Kasi 'di ba, if you are spiritual, you realize that this is just a vessel. 'Di ba, God will look at you not as your vessel but as you inside your soul, 'di ba? So, because we are very accepting. We are an LGBT affirming church, and we're also open to reincarnation, to mysticism, and all the isms. Parang naguluhan yung mga tao. So, may time na tumigil na sila sa they stopped going to church. But eventually they came back when I explained it to them. By the way, happy Pride pala sa lahat ng mga LGBT brothers and sisters natin dyan. So June is Pride Month. This is a celebration of their freedom, freedom to express who they are. So kasi mga tao naman yan sila, and being LGBT is natural, hindi naman yan hindi yan they are not a freak of nature because according to studies, for now there has been confirmed 450 species of animals that exhibit homosexuality, and that's just the one discovered. Pero hindi natin alam yung ibang animals, they also exhibit homosexuality. 450, ulitin ko lang, 450 species of animals are proven to exhibit homosexual behavior. So, homosexuality is normal in the animal kingdom, di ba? So, yun. Pero yung homophobia nag-e-exist lang sa mga tao, wala sa animals. So, yun, I started officiating LGBT unions. Doon ako nagkaroon ng maraming bashers. Sumikat ako ng konti dito sa Mindanao, dito sa Cagayan de Oro, na feature pa nga ako sa local news. I've been interviewed by a radio station, so mas dumaming hater. So, it's easy to be angry, it's easy to be mad at something that you don't fully understand, right? Because to love is to understand, and to understand is really, really hard if your level of perception is not that, hindi pa siya ganun kataas, hindi pa siya ganun ka-advance. You are still not that open-minded and open-hearted, and you are still, stuck in that in that area of understanding the ancient scriptures as it is without even understanding the context, diba? So no, there are so many things to talk about that even 1 hour is not enough to talk about everything. But yun, um, correct po Father, sa religion po ko po, very strict nila sa doctrine about LGBT. It seems to me that it creates division rather uniting human beings po. Tama. Instead of creating unification, it creates division. Yun nga sinabi, di ba? Um, Sabi ko dati, or actually dito galing sa akin, it came from a priest, I forgot his name. Sabi niya, diversity is divine, division is diabolic. Meaning, yung pagkakaiba-iba natin, this is divine because, we have been created uniquely by the divine, by God. However, if we create division because of this diversity, then that is diabolic, that is demonic, that creates destruction, di ba? Rather than unification. So, yeah, yung question mo kanina, Mr. Bueno, about you have a question earlier, di ba, about hell. Well, the Catholic Universalist Church, we don't believe in eternal hell. However, kami kasi as a church, we don't impose our beliefs to our members because it's not your beliefs that will make you a better person, but it is actually your behavior. So, though we do not believe in an eternal hell, we leave to our members how they interpret the scriptures. For example, Catholic Universalist Church kasi, we are Universalists, and Universalists do not believe in eternal hell. We believe that because of the love of God, we will all be reunited back to Him or her, regardless of your image of God, in the fullness of time. So, ibig sabihin yan, in the fullness of time, when we die, we go back to God. How about yung mga may kasalanan? So, the early Christians, kasi, they don't have the idea of an eternal hell. The first 500 years of Christianity, walang teachings of eternal hell. They believe that because Jesus saved us from save us on the cross, there will be a temporary place of punishment. However, that's only temporary. When we die, if you're a sinner, you go to the temporary place and then you go to heaven. So that was the common belief during the first 500 years of Christianity. However, there's a small percentage of Christians during the first 500 years of Christianity. These are the Gnostics. Just like me, I'm a Gnostic. They do not believe in eternal hell because they believe in reincarnation. So hell is like you create heaven or hell. It really depends on your actions in your previous life. So when you die, you go back here, and then depending on your karma on your past life, yun yung may experience mo in your next life, so on. Until such time that you will be perfected, and then you will be reunited back to the source or to the divine. So yun na yung tinatawag na ascension. So that's the full unification of your self to back to the divine. Right? So I am more compelled, or I am more inclined to believe on the second one, which is the reincarnation, and that we are experiencing spiritual evolution until we go back to the source, or we go back to God. If ito na ba yung last lifetime ko, pag namatay ba ako ngayon, babalik na ako kay God? Maybe not, maybe yes, I don't know. Only the source, only God knows. And it's fine. No, it's fine. So, bottom line is, in the Catholic Universalist Church, we do not impose our beliefs to our members. Kahit ito yung paniniwala ko, I don't impose that to our members. or to any member. I can only share, I can only explain, but it's up to him or her if he or she will believe it or not. Okay? But as universalists kasi, we have this what we call intellectual freedom. But in the end, we are reunited in the belief that God's love is eternal. Ito lang yung eternal talaga. And perfect love is perfect justice as well. So no God will create someone and will just live for 70 years. For example, I became a sinner for 70 years and I die. I go to hell and hell is eternal punishment. Why would I be punished eternally? Forever. 70 years lang naman ako nabuhay. 70 years lang ako nagkasala. Diba? What if God will give me a punishment for 70 years? Or 700 years? Or 7,000 years? Or 7 million years? Why do I need to be punished for eternity? Diba? So that's not a doing of a just God, of a loving God. That's a doing of a psycho God, diba? That's not a God of love. That's a psycho God. So, that's how we view universalism. So, it depends on the person on what makes more sense to him or her. Alright? So, in the end, no, we already consumed 1 hour and 6 minutes. Ang haba pala ng kwento ko. Dami-dami kong kinikwento. Anyway, yeah, yun. If you have questions, please drop it. I will answer one last question. So, kung wala na, we will end this session because this is actually just a this is my first comeback kasi dati nagla-live ako but ngayon na talaga ako nakabalik. So I might be doing this regularly. So this is just a test drive just for 1 hour kasi I need to sleep na. May pasok pa bukas. Alright? Mr. Bueno, I remember one of your words to me, Father, 2 months ago. Spirituality is more on a personal path, and all path, however, leads to only the same destination, which is God. Yes, that's what I told you, and that's like what I tell to everyone, and that's also what I truly believe in, because God is love, and it is really evident in all religions, and only love matters. Only love matters. Okay? All these religions are just tools for us to be, attuned with the divine or God within us. These are just, parang ano ba? These are just different vehicles. Diba? These are just different vehicles for us to be connected back to the source. Myths, metaphors, they don't have to be historically correct, right? Just need to understand what does this verse, what does this story tells us. Read in between the lines. Yun. And the world will be a better place if we will stop arguing about our differences, but start to recognize our similarities and work on that. Work on creating a better world. Okay? So that's what we're trying to create right now, ba? So I'm here. I'm doing my service. I'm not telling that we are better than other churches. I am better than other priests or pastors. No. I am just here because I am needed by the people who needs me. If you don't want to listen to my message, then don't listen. If you don't want to go to our church, don't go to our church. It's just easy as that. There are churches who will accept you. There are churches out there who is aligned to your beliefs. Kung ayaw nyo ng mga bakla, ayaw nyo ng mga LGBT, dun kayo. Kung ayaw nyo ng mysticism, dun kayo. Kung hindi kayo maniniwala sa reincarnation, dun kayo. Right? I'm not forcing you to believe in me. Right? Yun. Kasi ngayon, tinatawag nila ako, false prophet. False prophet daw, the father of all gays, fake priest of Satan. Wow, power. Galing ko naman. Anyway, so that's it. I hope and I pray that magpapatuloy pa to. And I hope next time, mas madami pa tayo. And I hope next time, nandito pa rin kayo. Alright? So, basahin ko lang muna to. Thank you for this, Father. You're welcome. Namaste. Looking forward for more sessions like this po. It helps a lot for a seeker like me. Thank you and good night po. Good night. Janie, thank you po, Father. Have a good night. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Once again, this has been Father Joe. Namaste.